Start screaming. Hi, everybody. Turn this hat around so they can see my beautiful face.
Oh, hell yeah. It's very, very nice of you.
Yeah.
Wasn't the word I was looking for, but.
Very horny. Very horny this evening. What up? How's everybody doing on YouTube stream? Oh, Jersey Pete's first in.
Hell yeah.
First in.
What's up, buddy?
He's always the first one done. I know that. Josiah, Mike, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Antigone, welcome. I think that's actually pronounced Antigone.
Mm-hmm.
Antigone, but I still like to call it Antigone.
The Antigone.
The Golden Hammer, Wyatt, Pedro, Jesse, Fernando. Jersey Pete said he is always the first one done.
I feel that.
Madison. Soapy. Soapy. So I do my wiener in the mornings before I go to work. I get it all soapy.
I did mine before I came over here.
Try and pull it off. Did you pull yours off?
No, not yet.
Still time.
It's still attached.
I jacked off last night. It felt so good.
Hell yeah. Good for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Living that American dream.
Yeah, well, I always take forever at Taco Bell, and there's nothing else to fucking do. So. Taco Bell. You like Taco Bell? Give me a hell yeah. Thanks, Jersey Pete. I appreciate it. You like Taco Bell?
I love Taco Bell. It's delightful.
I've kind of burned myself out on it.
Yeah, I go through those.
I don't like McDonald's anymore either. It's kind of
hit and miss. I had Skyline again tonight.
Oh, God, I love that shit, dude.
Fuck me up. I'm good.
God, I love it.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I always get Coney's, man.
Yeah. You get 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, I usually do.
All the way, everything on it.
So I get extra mustard. I say, give me extra mustard, regular onions.
I should try extra mustard because you can never taste the mustard on it because the chili is so overpowering.
It changes it, dude. It changes it for real.
I might have to do that.
You will. You'll never order it any other way. But yeah, I get the. I go there. I'll get 2 cheese conies in the order of nachos. Now they got nachos.
Yeah.
Fuck me, God.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Y'all playing D4? I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that Diablo? I'm too stupid for games like that.
Yeah.
I wish I weren't.
I'm just too retarded.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for being here, Izzy. Let's see. This week we're talking about hiding the cure for cancer. Oh, wow. Did I find myself in a predicament while I was researching this stuff?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's get it going, though.
Cool.
Body bop bada bop bop. Bobby bop ba dop 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 dop. If you're here because you got your dick stuck in a donut and you're looking for instructions on how to get it out, you've come to the right podcast. Welcome to the Brohio podcast. I'm the delicious Nickalicious.
I'm Rob Dog. Hey, guys, I love donuts.
I'll
eat the donut off your dick.
I love donuts too, man. That is a sad reality of the affairs of my life. I've loved donuts for way too long. I'll tell you what's taking its place, that goddamn crumble cookie. That place.
Oh, yeah.
You see their cookies of the week this week?
I did. I'm fucking with that Rice Krispie one, dog. Yeah. I'm trying to get that shit.
I've been back on the diet hardcore, man. I saw that pop up, and I went, fuck. Just got to flush it all away, man.
Yeah, they need to fucking burn that strawberry sugar cookie there, whatever the fuck it is.
You don't think that's very good?
I'm just sick of seeing it.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I mean, it's the one they always fucking have.
Oh, that's good. That's
I mean, it's not bad, but I just want something. I just want them to have a different flagship cookie.
Send me something else.
Yeah, leave it all lemon. Sure. All the lemon ones are.
Oh yeah, the lemon ones are good.
Eat them with my ass.
Yeah, but that Rice Krispie one that looks pretty good this week.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. Just a quick plug real quick. We're going to be live in Detroit, Michigan.
Holy shit.
August 19th. We're going to be at the VFW Post 4659 in Shelby Township. Listen, I know Detroit gets a bad rap for being a fucking clunker of a city.
Bring you peace.
But we are in a very nice suburb of Detroit. I'd be happy to visit with all of our Michigan, Canadian friends. Anyone that wants to come down and hang out with us. Girth Brooks is going to be there, but that'll
be cool.
August 19th, 6 p.m. That's going to be Hillbilly Horror Stories' 7th anniversary. We're going to be there with them and Justin Rimmel from Hillbilly Horror Stories. You can Google Eventbrite Hillbilly Horror Stories, and you can see all their upcoming events. And then we've got a tentative landing date in July 15th, a month away, in Buffalo. That may be just me, or it could be both of us.
Probably going to be just Nick, but yeah.
But nonetheless, if it is just me, you guys are going to get a special treat because I think I might have Jerry's old crusty ass up there with me. Yeah, buddy. That's July 15th, 6 p.m. in Buffalo, New York. I'm going to have the whole crew with me. I'm bringing my daughter Emily and my wife.
Oh yeah.
I plan on having a good time. I plan on getting sick.
Hell yeah.
I plan on. Our power went out. Hold on a second. I got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Let's say thank you to our new Patreon subscribers, starting with Bolivar Shagnasty. That sounds like somebody with a big old set of balls on her.
Lots of hair.
Bolivar.
Yeah.
Not Oliver, Bolivar. So all these balls, man.
Hell yeah. Ian Stroud, thank you very much, Ian.
Yeah, man. Nothing like a fucking, your parents think you're going to be a goddamn idiot, so they only give you a name with 3 letters so you don't ever fuck it up. We don't think he's going to be able to spell anything longer than that. How about Tobias Ward? I thought I said Wand.
I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool last name, but no, it's just Ward. Those things you get on your fucking genitals when you've been hanging out a little too long. You overstay your welcome.
Been there.
A little too long. And Tobias, thank you. Tobias is the name of a very nice funeral home around here. So I hope you're not affiliated with that, Tobias, because that'd be really fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. And next we got Jenna Felcher. I mean, Fetzer.
Fetzer.
Felcher. I thought she felched.
Fetzer the Petzer. She sells videos of her petting animals.
Oh, that's fun.
She has different rodents and shit.
I want that job.
They call her Fetzer the Petzer, and she just fucking scratches these animals. And these old creepy guys buy videos of it.
Damn it. I saw this fucking, I'm going to interrupt this, and I saw this TikTok where it was this girl, this little girl who was sitting at a table, and she had a sign on her table that said petting zoo with like $1 or something like that. And you drive by, and it's like her fucking golden retriever inside of like 2 tables. It's just a fucking golden retriever. He's just sitting there all happy.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably pay for that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. How about Leo Pritchett? He definitely sounds French, like he possibly landed here by accident. But Leo, loved you in fucking Titanic. Nonetheless, buddy, we're really happy to have you here. Probably got a good looking dick on you. So congratulations on that, Leo.
And next we got Dumb Cumpster. I see what you did there.
Dumb Cumpster. Superior name. Thank you,
I've been called that before.
Thank you, Mr. Cumpster, for being here. How about Ashlyn? Someone fucked her name up, too. But,
I like that name.
I do, too. That's a really pretty name. Ashlyn, pretty name for a very pretty lady. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you here at the Brohio Podcast.
And speaking of pretty names, we got Mark Robinson.
Loved you in the NBA, buddy. I think. Mark Robinson.
Mark Robinson.
Hey, this is Mark Robinson. That sounds like the name of someone calling to chew your ass out. Hey, this is Mark Robinson down the road. Your dog's in my backyard again. I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to fuck your dog.
He ate another fucking squirrel.
Keeps on eating my dog's turds. Keeps on zagnutting.
Little zagnut.
Yeah, man. No, our power went out. Well, first off, tonight we're drinking Happy Dad gluten-free hard seltzers. What do you think of these?
I haven't opened mine yet. I've been drinking my beer that I have here. I got to finish one before I start the other. But tell you what, here. Let's fucking, I'm breaking tradition here.
These things are pretty good. A little light. Smell like alcohol. For sure.
Smells pretty decent.
I'll tell you what, ever since I drank 3 of them yesterday, my dick hasn't turned off. I'm either pissing or got a boner. I don't know what is going on since then.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's not bad, though.
It's not bad.
It's a good sun sucker, is what you suck on those in the sun.
Yeah, this is 5%.
Yeah. So I drank 3 of them, and I kind of got sideways. I beat the shit out of my wife after drinking 3 hard seltzers.
It does not taste like it's 5%. It tastes like 2%.
Yeah. She said, "You're going to stand up to me," and then I fucking took off on her. I punched her.
Fucking crippled her.
Yeah, man. She's
Dropped
up there.
her.
She's up there waiting for me to come back.
Nursing a bruised tit.
Box them titties, dude.
Speed bag them bitches.
Yeah, no, man. My dick won't turn off, though, ever since I started drinking these Happy Dads. I'm telling you, man. I can't stop pissing. And I just got one of those fucking clinical boners that won't go away.
Oh, man, yeah.
Can't figure it out. I took a nap earlier. I woke up. I was fucking the shit out of the mattress. Got up, about pissed myself. Pissing with a boner's hard. Women
sucks. Literally, it's hard.
Women talk a lot about childbirth and stuff.
Yeah.
But pissing with an erection is on a different level of uncomfortability.
Pissing after, like, an hour after sex sucks, too. Because then your streams split.
Yeah, man.
There's a fork in the road.
There is a major, because it's showing you that you made a bad choice.
Dude, no fucking joke. I got a story after this, too, once we're done with this. I hit myself in the fucking chin one time. Dude, I fucking swear. I went to go piss, and I don't know what it was about the angle of it. I mean, I wasn't pointing my dick at my face, I can tell you that much. But it said, whoop, just like putting your finger over the end of the hose.
Dude, the other night, I was pissed on the ceiling and in the bathtub at the same time. I didn't know what was going on.
Didn't know which way was up or which way was down.
Yeah.
So this is the first time this has ever happened to me. So I was working the other day, and no bathrooms on the inside of the place. It's a job site, so there's porta shitters. I go out. I do not like shitting in porta shitters because it's just disgusting. I don't like sitting down on them. Construction workers are disgusting. They're dirty people.
Hovercraft, baby.
They have no shame at all. There's just always turds everywhere. I go in. And I'm real scared. There's a speedway across the street. I'm like, let me go check. I'm
real scared.
Let me go check the status of this porta shitter.
Fucking executioner in there or something.
Like a fucking snake in there or something. I'm like, let me check the status of this porta shitter before I go in there and, completely commit. Like, I can always just walk across the street to Speedway. No big deal. And I get in there. Brand new porta shitter. I'm like, hell yeah, not a single turd in it. It was pristine.
Still had the blue water.
Just the blue. And this is part of my thing. Just the blue water, dude. So I get in there.
Don't let that stuff touch your skin.
We're getting there.
All right.
So I get in there. I do my business. Fucking Poseidon's kiss.
For the bleach water.
And I do it, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Good thing we're doing an episode about cancer, because
I know.
We need some help.
And I'm like, that did not just fucking happen. I go to wipe, fucking toilet paper's all blue. Dude, fucking all blue.
Looked like you fucking dunked it in an ice mountain or a blue mountain. Yeah.
It was rough. First time it's ever happened to me.
Are you okay, or you break out?
I mean, I think I got a little dumpier in the back end, though, but I mean.
You know what I've been paying a lot of attention to when I go to the bathroom now is, so when people wipe their butts, all they do is if you wipe from your ball sack to the small of your back,
yes,
all you do is you drag the poop up to the crevice of the small of your back.
Yes.
And then I've been paying a lot of attention on the back of the toilet seat. And there's smears of shit back there.
Yep.
Every single time I go to the bathroom now. And now I'm thinking about all the times I sat on that and didn't clean it up.
I always wipe mine off.
Well, I've been using the toilet paper liners.
Okay.
Which those are fun because as soon as you get the liner put on, then the auto flush happens and it sucks all your fucking hard work away.
That's true.
It takes it with it, man. You're just standing there with your little dick and balls, because they're already small because you got shit. Because naturally your dick and balls get smaller when you got shit.
Yes.
Just a fact of nature, really.
It goes in until you're done and then it pops back out. It's like, oh,
yeah.
It gets scared.
Oh man! Speaking of scared, man, what the fuck is going on?
You all right, man?
Yeah, I mean, we got aliens in Las Vegas. We got a whistleblower, UFO guy from the intel community. I showed you some pictures from that Las Vegas thing, dude.
Yeah, it's been a fun week, man.
There's a creature out there.
Makes you wonder what the fuck is getting covered up right now.
Yeah, but for sake of, everyone else is probably talking about it, and everyone's probably tired of hearing about it, which that's so sad. The fact that we've practically possibly confirmed the existence of extraterrestrial life, and we have an eyewitness account of a creature, of a being in someone's backyard, and everyone's so sick of hearing about this shit, they're just like, whatever. So let's talk about the Naked Witch.
Fuck yeah, sign me up. I'm down for a Naked Witch.
Did you see this?
I saw like the article and everything talking about it, and I saw those pictures, but I don't know anything else about it besides the pictures.
Yeah, it says a woman is convinced that pictures from her security shows two witches taking part in a carcass eating ritual in the dead of the night, just yards outside her home. Corinne Stanhope, 36, from Powell River, Canada, found a dead deer at the bottom of her garden while riding one of her horses and decided to set up a trail camera to see if it would attract any other animals. When Stanhope saw what she saw instead will send shivers down your spine.
Ooh.
She couldn't believe her eyes when her and Granddad Bob, 76, watched the footage. I bet Granddad was all fucking rocked up, dude.
They call him Granddad Bob.
Granddad Bob.
That's what I want to be called when I get older.
Like some fucking 40-year-old you bought drugs off of in high school. That's Granddad Bob.
I feel like I got too many teeth to ever be a Granddad Bob.
They watched the footage the next day and saw two mysterious figures around the corpse. The images from the security camera appear to show the two figures with long, matted black hair wearing only a piece of cloth to cover their buttocks. Got their titties just swinging around.
Hell yeah, swing low, sweet chariots.
With their hair covering their faces, the figures appear to squat down, which that stunk, and reach over the carcass with long fingers before picking up a hoof and taking a bite. Quote, I came the next day and Grandpa said he got naked people on the camera, and I said, no, you didn't. Bullshit. So he showed me. I don't know what the heck was up with that. It really freaked us out. It's not something you see every day. But,
they're probably thinking they got a fucking old yeller grandpa. Like,
oh, yeah,
he's losing it.
Some people are speculating that it's skinwalkers, that they're just disguised as naked, as fucking women with nice... She's the one that caught it.
Oh, why she's so happy?
She looks like a liar, doesn't she? Some people think it's possibly a Wendigo. A Wendigo.
A Winnebago?
A Winnebago. It's a fucking meth-cooking RV. There's rumors around town about a cult that collects animal bones, Stanhope said. I don't know if it's real or not. Stanhope says she was tempted to contact the police, but Granddad Bob, pointed out they weren't doing anything illegal, and she hopes that some passerby spy the camera and decided to play a prank. It's a pretty sexy prank.
It is pretty hot.
You see that side boob right there?
Yeah, man, it's pretty,
That's a crusher.
Yeah, it is. It's a fucking soda can killer.
That's one of them fucking bacon potatoes right there. That's not one of them little guys. That's one of them,
that's a nursing tit.
That's a baking potato you get from the fucking club, the warehouse, the Sam's Club. God. Speaking of big titties, we would like to take a break for a quick message from a few of our sponsors. Okay.
That's a good segue.
It was, man. And this is one of those episodes where they already said they're not preempted with the aliens and shit. They've got nothing but time. They're possibly going to come looking for us after this episode. This is a hard one to research. This was difficult. And I started to lose steam. I probably researched for 7 or 8 hours on this one.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I didn't have a whole lot going on Sunday. And I researched all day. The power went out. And it was out for about 12, 14 hours.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. It did. It made for a really gnarly night of sleep. But we were just we laid down for bed, and you don't realize how quiet your house is until all the power goes out.
I bet.
And the girls were in the living room all sleeping together, and then Stacy and I were laying down. And every night I lay down and I have a ritualistic fart. It's just what my body does to prepare itself for slumber.
Yeah, yeah.
I roll one butt cheek up off the mattress, and I just blow it off the side of the bed.
Yeah, just bubble it out.
Usually nobody hears it. But that night, everybody heard it, and I was instantly turned into some type of supervillain. Like I'd actually shit in the bed. She accused me of being a pig.
Did you shit in the bed?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't physically poop in the bed, but I did let a brief queef there for a minute.
I mean, I gotta check. You gotta make sure.
Yeah, but we survived. There was a fucking tornado rolling through here.
Yeah, man, not far from here.
Right as I was pulling the chicken off the grill, it was the wind was so heavy and the rain was so sideways, it blew all the seasoning off my smoked chicken.
Son of a bitch!
It sucked, dude.
All that work for nothing.
I had this gorgeous bird, and I was pulling it off, and it looked like I just got it out of the pack when I got it inside.
God damn it! That sucks.
I fucking ate the shit out of that thing, though. I don't care. All right, yeah. So we're talking about the lots of cancer statistics to talk about here in a second. And the one thing I wanted to, when I went to go dig into this topic, I thought to myself, why would they hide the cure for cancer? What monetary gains would they stand to make by hiding a cure for cancer? Once I got into the research, I realized how stupid I was for everything I've done in my life. I realized how dumb it was to assume that there would be one cure-all, one cure for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
That's not possible.
Sure.
But are they perhaps hiding some things that would make the treatment of cancer easier? Maybe, but then we need to talk about the staggering numbers, the staggering amounts of money that are made from cancer. Certainly there's money lost by people that pass away,
Yeah.
but there is a staggering amount of money that is made by cancer. U.S. cancer patients in 2018, so 5 years ago, spent $5.6 billion in out-of-pocket costs for cancer treatment. That's not including what the insurance covered. Overall, the disease cost the country $183 billion in direct cancer-related healthcare spending in 2015, an amount that is projected to increase to $246 billion by 2030. Oncology drugs reached $145.4 billion in sales in 2019, almost triple that of the next item on the list, which is diabetes medication, which only made around $51 billion in sales.
Damn, that's how these people are surviving off of this. How are all these companies making profit?
Cancer drugs reached $145 billion in sales. By 2026, cancer drug sales are expected to more than double their sales to $311.2 billion. So already you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I fucking see why they don't want to cure cancer, because how much... And it's interesting in this research, it states the country lost or paid 100 and whatever, however many billions, but they didn't lose, or somebody made that money. Some business made that money. The global cancer therapy market was valued at approximately $158 billion in 2020 and is expected to witness a revenue of $268 billion in 2026. In 2021, oncology spending was expected to be around $187 billion US dollars.
Damn.
Spending in this market is expected to increase to about $273 billion until going up until 2025. All right. So we talked to you a little bit about just some dollars and cents. There's one statistic that there was a statistic I want to look up. In 2023, an estimated 610,000 people will die of cancer in the United States.
Good God.
That's a staggering number, man. And to think that... so we're losing all those people every year.
That's crazy, man.
People close to us have died from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
People close to this show and close to our heart are dealing with cancer right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fucking motherfucker, man.
It sucks.
It is the gnarliest, most disgusting disease, and it will take anyone at any point. But are they doing everything they can to keep us from, I guess, getting cancer? Which I don't think they're doing.
No, I would say
absolutely not doing it. The pharmaceutical company that earned the most in 2021, this is as far ahead as I could find these stats, was Pfizer. Pfizer had a revenue of $81.288 billion, nearly doubling their $41.9 billion in revenue the company made in 2020. Per second, Rob, per second right now, Pfizer is making, and this number has actually changed, but Pfizer's making around $3,000+ per second.
That's fucking stupid, dude.
The next popular one that you'd probably heard of is Johnson & Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They're making, with inflation now, around $2,000 per second. All of these companies that hit fucking pay dirt with the COVID vaccine.
Yep.
And that gets me in my next rant. While, yes, I am not a COVID truther or think that it didn't exist, I do think that I do think there was a tad bit of an overreaction.
Yeah.
By keeping us locked up in our houses for a year.
Sure.
I know people close to me that died, man. I'm not saying that it wasn't killing people. I'm just saying we probably could have went without being locked in our houses for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It fucked a lot of people up socially. It ruined a lot of things for a lot of people. Nonetheless, a lot of these companies made so much money from this COVID vaccine. And I'm reading about the patents for these cancer drugs.
Mm-hmm.
They get a 5-year window to make as much money as possible off these cancer drug treatments because they can get a patent for 20 years. It takes around 15 years of trials and research to get this drug to where they can actually give it to the public. 10 to 15 years is how long it takes to research these cancer treatments. The COVID vaccine.
Yeah. 46 seconds.
They developed that motherfucker in an afternoon, and I've not had a solid stool movement. I've not had a solid bowel movement since I got vaccinated.
Yeah, they figured this shit out at a fucking Waffle House, like 3 a.m.
Right.
Hear me out.
Listen, I never got COVID. My wife had it a few months ago, and I dicked her down good the night that she was most contagious.
Yeah.
And I never got it, man.
Oh, yeah.
But I am vaccinated, not because...
Think you could get it in your dick?
I think I did. I think my dick is so strong that it would not allow the infection to advance past my urethra. It wouldn't allow it to go any further up in my bung, into my body.
Just created a nice little barricade.
But they developed that thing in a fucking afternoon, man. And I after reading what they go through for these cancer treatments, it's so profound to think that they could create something they deem effective in such a small amount of time. I could be wrong, and Dr. Fauci pointed towards the advancement of technology. I'm all for that. I fucking don't have to do anything anymore. Chat GPT chat thing does it for it. It does everything for me.
Yeah.
I just read me a story or whatever I need done. Chat GPT, it's got me. It's man, there's some crazy things that we're gonna cover here in the next little bit. But
sweet.
Even more alarming is the fact that death by medical error at near 250,000 people annually.
Hell yeah.
So 250,000 people annually die due to medical errors, has become the third largest killer of U.S. citizens behind heart disease and cancer. Other more recent studies have estimated upwards of up to 440,000 people have died yearly from preventable mistakes at hospitals.
Best country in the world, motherfucker.
Healthcare.
Hell yeah.
You're going to pay for it.
We're number one.
Oh, my God. 400. They're killing 500,000 people a year because some dude like me stumbles his way in. And I know why they're dying. I'm going to talk about that right now. Blind obedience to Big Pharma and a conventional medical system too dependent on surgery and technology has inflicted more harm than good on the U.S. population. Because doctors now are forced to rely so heavily on drug companies for information about what they prescribe, they're ill-equipped and ill-informed in terms of what medicines they're prescribing to their patients. Let's take the opioid epidemic for instance, for a good example.
Sure.
The stuff is just they give it to you, they get you completely reliant upon this drug, get you completely dependent upon it, and then it just runs out. It just it's like a bottle of Tylenol. It just runs out, and then you don't get any more. And it's much like coffee or caffeine, whatever you're addicted to. Cigarettes. Imagine you waking up tomorrow and then someone just saying, "All right, you're done with coffee for good. You don't get coffee anymore." You'd be like, "Man, I'm fucked up because of this. This sucks."
Yeah, this is stupid.
Could you get by? Yeah, but it's gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they've done with the opioid epidemic, and even beyond that. Like, you look at the ingredients on a prescription. I don't know what any of that shit is.
No.
I know when I turned 18, they put me on blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
And I've been on that ever since. Am I addicted? I don't know, but I don't take that shit on the weekends just because I like to party. Feel me?
I feel you.
And I go to the doctor. He's like, "You're about out." And I said, "No, I got about 40 pills left." He said, "Why? I don't take it on Saturdays and Sundays."
I had a day last week. I took a muscle relaxer, and then because my fucking back was hurting real bad, and then it was a Friday night, or it was Friday night, and I went drinking after that.
Oh yeah, man.
And I'm like, oh fuck yeah,
Felt
I'm like,
good.
why is this beer hitting me so fucking hard? And I'm like,
good.
I'm like, oh wait, I'm under the influence.
Feel good as fuck.
I cannot operate heavy machinery right now.
Oh, fucking calm. Have we ever played that audio in here of the dude hitting the air duster can?
I think we have, yeah.
That's my favorite video, man.
Yeah.
That guy hitting the... I want to get addicted to that.
He gets that Barry White voice.
Oh, fuck. And, we are... The new technology of X-rays and stuff, man. Yeah. MRI machines. Are we 1,000,000% sure those things aren't causing more? Because they cover you up with a goddamn lead blanket to take a picture of your dick. And we're just supposed to be like, no big deal, man. This is good. This is good. The person taking your fucking picture hides behind a wall,
bulletproof glass,
like they're letting go of a grenade, and we're just supposed to say,
it's so funny.
"Oh yeah, this stuff's fine. This shit's fine."
You have to wear a fucking lead vest.
You gotta wear a Kevlar mat to get a picture of your pinky toe taken.
And you're sitting there with your little fucking shrimp hanging out.
And she's like, "Just hold still for just a minute. I'm gonna be behind this wall. After you hear the click, it's gonna take me about 5 minutes before I come in there. Just relax. Don't move. Don't expose any of your skin towards that big lens above your head. Let me know if you need anything." Jesus Christ!
It's like safe to say behind your fucking bulletproof fucking glass in
fucking juggernaut back there.
You're sitting there under fucking big sheet of aluminum foil getting cooked.
And here I am. I got my finger sticking in the wrong direction. I got to get an X-ray to tell me it's broken. I know the bitch is broken. There's just no reason to do an X-ray. And things like that, progressions in medical science. While we have made progress, we can see our bones, but at what's at stake here? What have we lost? Perfectly healthy people are getting ate up with cancer, man. Lung cancer, brain tumors, pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is a fucking death sentence right now.
Mm-hmm.
And all the leaps and bounds we've made. That's still a death sentence today. But they're trying to tell me in this research, the cancer treatment, that we've come a long way. Shit, man, it still kills a lot of people for me. But that's because we're not avoiding the things that cause cancer, and that's what I think. So, but going back to the control of big pharma over the doctors, to control the global health system, big pharma has largely dictated what's been taught in medical schools throughout North America. Big pharma gets to these kids while they're graduating college and takes them out, wines them, dines them, 69s them, baby. But the big pharma is giving the curriculum to the colleges of what they're teaching. So if you have a drug that you want to sell, of course you're going to market that drug as a miracle cure-all. Mm-hmm. But think about this for a second.
Thinking.
Big pharma, if their job is to cure these illnesses, what do they stand to gain by actually curing these illnesses? They stand to gain a lot more if they just keep you perpetually sick. Mm-hmm. They just keep you sick all the time. What would be a good way to keep you sick? Well, once you get sick, they go to all these medical schools and they say, this motherfucker right here, this is going to help everyone with type 2 diabetes. My doctor told me I had type 2 diabetes. I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago, and this motherfucker forgot that I had diabetes. took my blood and all that shit. He said, "Hey, yeah, man, you're good now." I said, "You want to put me on that metformin?" Like, they wanted to put me on diabetic medicine.
Oh shit!
And I think that's what it's called. I don't remember, but yeah, they wanted to put me on diabetic meds. I pretty much reversed that myself just by, doing a little exercise, eating a little better. Would that medicine they put me on, would that have just kept me in a diabetic zone until forever? Would I be, because once you start taking that stuff, you're kind of on it unless you make a drastic change.
Yeah.
But these big pharma companies, they stand to gain no money if they can create a cure for some of these things.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same theory with like like if you like microdose drugs. Like they'll give you just enough to where it makes you seem like you're getting a little bit better, but just not enough to fucking fix you.
Yeah, man, it makes sense, and it's a good business model.
For sure.
If they can, all right, they can make your headache go away with Tylenol, but do you really know what Tylenol is doing to your kidney and liver?
True.
It's fucking it up. So then flash forward 30 years, after 30 years of using 3 Tylenol to fix a headache, you've now got to go on fucking dialysis because your kidneys don't work anymore.
Yeah.
And then they get to reap the benefits of you and the medications you'll need to be treated for end-stage kidney failure as well.
Yeah.
I think there is a plan to it. But in 2012 alone, this is 11 years ago, pharmaceutical corporations paid nearly $3.5 billion to market their drugs on television, radio, internet, magazines, saturating every media outlet. Their message: pleasure, relief, peace of mind, joy, love, and happiness are all just a pill away. And you've seen the commercials, dude. The guy on the beach in the Corvette, he's got genital herpes, and they're selling Valtrex. They're like, living the life that I want, just making everyone think that he's raw dogging all these old women around the block with genital herpes. It's not happening, man. If the company that makes Valtrex, whoever that is, I don't know, if they developed a cure for genital herpes, that means this Valtrex shit they've been selling for decades. They don't need it anymore.
Right.
So why would, and then it goes the same with a say someone develops a cure for leukemia.
Sure.
Or whatever cancer that someone has, they develop a cure for a certain cancer. Would it be more profitable for them to develop a one-time treatment that could end it once and for all, or would it be profitable for them to develop several different drugs that you'll need infinitely that will never cure you. Because if they just cure everybody of cancer, then all of these billions and trillions of dollars, because these 3 top pharmaceutical companies are in the trillions when you put them all together in terms of earnings.
Yeah.
And these statistics that I have are old, man. Some of this stuff is old.
Yeah.
It's like such a staggering amount more now.
It definitely is. I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse. I mean, it's just like they kind of say, like, they don't make. It's like almost if they know they know what they're doing to some extent to keep you alive, because they're not making money off of dead people.
No.
So if they can keep you alive for a little bit longer, and then that stuff works a little bit,
right.
You can keep taking it. It works a little bit. It extends their fucking. That cash grab.
And it's such a backdoor act that they've actually infiltrated the American, all of the colleges and institutions where they're actually giving the colleges the curriculum to teach, where these kids, all right, they're taught for, med school. That shit takes fucking 10 years or some shit like that. It takes a long time. So these guys are going through med school and they're hearing from, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, all these different pharmaceutical companies, and all these different drugs. They say, this drug will fix this drug will fix that, and this is what they're taught. And then it comes along to their junior and their last years of college, and these pharmaceutical companies start showing up, taking them out to these extravagant dinners, limousines, taking them around town, putting them up in these nice-ass Airbnbs, pretty much bribing them to say, hey, when you do get out of here, keep us in mind, because we're taking care of you now. You can take care of us by, we'll take you out to the nicest steakhouse in New York City. There's be an expectation that anytime somebody comes in with a sharp pain in their back, you're going to give them this pain med or whatever the pill is.
Sure.
And it even goes one step further than that. They've infiltrated the American institutions and our colleges. I lost my place here. I sound like a fucking idiot. There's a website called openpaymentsdata.cms.gov. Let me go over that again. openpaymentsdata.cms.gov. You can go to that website. Any doctor can receive payments from these pharmaceutical companies in terms of gifts, in terms of money. But nonetheless, I went there and looked up my family doctor. He's retired now.
Yeah.
I looked up my family doctor. Just a run-of-the-mill, drives a fucking 98 Honda Accord, has 4 kids, scraping to put him, not a incredibly rich person. You don't get rich being a family doctor.
Right.
While, yeah, you're probably well off, you don't get rich. He's not rich. My little family doctor, and I think it was 2020, received $28,000 in payments to just himself from these pharmaceutical companies in terms of cash payments, in terms of food, travel, sporting goods or sporting tickets. You can look up any doctor and see what the pharmaceutical companies have paid to them.
Look up Dr. Scholl.
Yeah,
I bet that motherfucker's in some shit.
Yeah, dude. He's stepping all over the place. Sanjay Gupta, the guy, he's a talking head on CNN right now, one of the most famous doctors in all of America. In 2021 alone, he received $138,000.
Damn.
Not from his job, not from his investments, but he received $138,000 in whatever it is, food, cash, all of it combined, $138,000 from these pharmaceutical companies that want him to peddle, essentially, their medications, their prescriptions.
Okay.
So they bribe them.
Sure.
And my wife has worked at doctor's offices pretty much since we've been together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, hey, what are you having for lunch today? Well, you're not packing lunch. I'll help you. I always offer to help her pack her lunch.
Right.
Just say, oh, we're not, we don't need to bring food today because, so and so, who prescription sales rep, they're catering in Pine Club or fucking Mama de Salvo's. They'll bring they'll bring them lunch. It's like $60, $70, $80, $100 a plate, man.
That's good eating right
for
there,
lunch.
Man.
For lunch.
Hell yeah.
And then give them some pins. Someone that's making $15, $16 an hour. Mm-hmm. If you buy them a steak and you give them a nice ass pen, they are a voice in that doctor's head.
Yeah.
And before they even make it back there, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're here for an earache." Well,
here's some Valtrex.
Here's some fucking here's some Valtrex. Hopefully your dick is okay. Yeah, but you can go to Open Payments. That's with an S at the end. openpaymentsdata.cms.gov, and you can search up any doctor to see what type of payments they've received, and it's profound, man. It's crazy. These pharmaceutical companies are allowed to bribe our healthcare professionals, bribe them. Someone we went to school with, she's a licensed a nurse practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
I looked on there. She'd made $10,000 from these pharmaceutical companies.
Hell yeah.
She's just like a fucking toe doctor or a toe nurse. Man, that Sanjay Gupta made $138,000. That's more than I make right there. And he just got that from the pharmaceutical companies. That's not even his real fucking, that's not even from his real paying job, man.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. Kind of in the same mold as well, there's an article in Time magazine that claimed that over 10 years, and this, man, all this shit goes together in my opinion. Claim that over 10 years, there's been increased environmental toxicity that's contributed to lowering IQ and doubling incidences of developmental disorders, causing steep rises in, for example, autism and dyslexia in children. And if you want to hijack a planet, what could be a better way of doing it than by controlling the populace without them ever knowing they're being controlled?
Do you ever wonder if you're autistic a little bit?
I am, yes.
I think about it a lot. Not you, but myself specifically.
I just picture you laying there in bed like, man, I bet Nick's retarded.
Am I tismed out?
God. Fuck.
I think about it every now and then because, I feel like everybody this day and age has some sort of tism. They're a little tismed out.
We've talked about a lot on here, and there has been such a steep rise in the amount of people that are diagnosed with autism.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will come to me, I'll talk to people and they say, yeah, I'm autistic. I'll say, no, the fuck you're not. But it kind of, it throws mud in the face of moms and dads out there that legitimately have non-functioning children.
Nonverbal.
Fucking fighting every day, tooth and nail, to just maintain their sanity, to take care of a kid that is completely reliant upon them, that has no chance of ever snapping out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's not the case. I hope with all the medical and technological advances we've made, if we can create a vaccine in 4 hours, I would hope that someday soon that we can stop the course,
good old vaccine,
undo the damage, the genetic damage of autism or Down syndrome or all these developmental issues, man. And it's just for some fucking just these little fucking brats, dude, just overprivileged pieces of shit. That use this shit as a crutch, man. That say, oh, I'm autistic. Like it's an excuse for them to act like a bastard. What about all the people out there that got shit wrong with them, that have never been diagnosed, that are just doing their best to make it through the day, to be... some people just... I hate how they use it as a crutch and a facade. It's not fair, man, to the people that are actually dealing with this shit day in and day out.
Whatever happened to a good old person who just suffers from fetal alcohol syndrome?
Like us.
Maybe that's my problem.
Yeah, I'm sounding like an old man, and it's not everybody. I have
fucking riddled with that FAS, dog.
I got neighbors that are 21 years old, 22, I don't know. Mm-hmm. They're young. I love them. Good people, wholesome, nice people. But a lot of people from that generation, I'm getting to the point I can hardly stand the fucking internet anymore. I hate it. I hate the shit that people do. I watched a guy open up a sweet tea and spit in it and close it and put it back on the shelf the other day.
Dude, oh, that would have sucked that down so quick.
I was mad. I wanted this guy to be charged with a felony.
Oh, man.
Man, I just hate how people use it as a crutch. Well, yes, we all have obstacles. And I think we've reached some people just expect, like, they can't handle their fucking emotions.
Sure, yeah.
And we've created this society of individuals that can't talk face to face anymore. They can't communicate in person. They can only just sit behind a screen or a laptop or a phone screen, and that's their only way of communicating. And then they don't ever make friends. Yeah. They don't ever find someone to love them, and they blame it on the fucking universe. Well, no, it's not the universe's fault. It's because you're a weird-ass shithead that's never exerted anything of yourself into the universe itself to get anything back out of it.
Yeah, that really is, like, I feel like it's, and this is going to sound, God, we fucking sound like boomers, but, like, I really do feel like
there's people our age that do this shit.
I mean, there is, but I feel like now there's so much less of, it's so much easier to just not physically go out and make an actual conversation with someone and actually talk to people. It's just so much more convenient to do it electronically that it just
it is. I'm guilty.
It almost makes, like, normal conversation skills like difficult. Like, you can't really sustain a normal conversation virtually as you can, like, you know, like, organically. It's,
and we're lucky that you and I have
boomery.
You and I have forged this relationship many years before technology came along. Mm-hmm. But even still now, you and I are sending each other things all day back and forth, Snapchatting each other pictures of our genitals and stuff, or whatever.
Our turds.
Poop. Me pooping. Me physically pooping. It's I have a hard time identifying with some of the crises that we're going through as a society right now. And
I agree.
I'm a fucking sweetheart. I love everybody, and I give everyone the time of day, but there's a certain disconnect I'm having right there with a lot of it, and I fucking feel a lot of sympathy for the people that are legitimately suffering and going through stuff. Mm-hmm. They get overlooked because someone with, you know, it's easy on the eyes, claims to be this or that, or claims to have this problem or that problem. It's almost like they've sexualized having a disability of some type.
It is like it is kind of like a,
and I love amputee porn.
Almost seems like a kink, man.
It is.
My kink is acting like I'm a retard.
Shove these crayons in your mouth. I'm gonna fuck you.
God, I feel bad that I just said that.
It's all right. I'll tell you that I'm gonna edit it out, but I won't.
Hell yeah.
Make you feel
we'll edit that out.
Yeah, and after and I completely skipped over what I wanted to talk about here.
Oh, that's no way.
By the dumbing down of society, the autism, the dyslexia, the developmental disorders, all of those issues, this whatever it is, this new world order, this Illuminati, whatever it is that wants to take over, and it creates a completely docile society that doesn't want to fight back, doesn't care. It makes us completely submissive. And that's what they want. Yeah. But it's easier to be to exert your will on an entire nation if 70% of them have autism or whatever they're working towards. Fuck, man.
Over-medicated.
Overdiagnosed. Killing everybody.
Turning the frogs gay.
They already turned the frogs gay.
These frogs are gay as fuck, man.
Gayer than shit. Queer as a football bat, as my dad would say.
That's a good one. Oh, man.
He used to say that to me all the time when I was a young man. He'd say, "You're as queer as a football bat." I'd fucking
Thanks.
I wear short shorts to school and stuff. Daddy.
Daddy, chill.
Chill, Daddy. After a cancer diagnosis, a surprising number of patients wonder if the health system, doctors, or pharmaceutical companies actually are hiding a cure for the disease that they have and are, choosing to hide it. Cancer is characterized as a group of diseases. They have abnormal cell growth, which can invade or metastasize to other tissues and organs. Although people use tumor and cancer interchangeably, not all tumors are cancer. There are benign tumors that do not metastasize and are not cancers. And that was the one thing I talked about at the beginning of the episode. I realized how stupid of me it was to assume that there might be a single cure-all for cancer. Cancer is many different diseases.
Yeah.
There will never be one pill, one treatment that cures all the cancers. There are hundreds and thousands of different versions of cancer, different genetic mutations. It's just not scientifically possible. So I can say without a shadow of a doubt that no, they're not hiding a cure for cancer because there's no singular cure for cancer.
Yeah, there's not cure-all.
Yeah. But are they hiding some shit? Yeah, I think they are, and I think they're doing some really dirty deeds. Okay, so the number one causes of cancer: cigarette smoking and secondhand smoke exposure, exposure to sun and tanning beds, overweight and obesity.
Check.
I'll tell you what, dude, that's another one.
Oh, fuck into the next one. Check.
Excessive alcohol. I'm gonna hurt my dick and drink another one.
I don't know if we're necessarily excessive.
No, we're not
in the
even,
alcohol
we're not
use.
I've been around slobbering alcoholics.
Yeah.
We're not.
I would say we're the right amount
We're
of alcohol use.
perfect amount.
That's what.
What was your first one there?
It's a.
Black cherry.
Oh yeah, they're talking about the one I originally had.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you.
And then also infectious diseases. About 67% of all cancers are simply random mutations, which what that means is doesn't matter what you've done, who you did, what you're around. There's a genetic disposition for you to get cancer. You're going to get cancer, which fucking sucks, dude.
I feel like I'm going to get it.
I hope not.
I don't know why, but I'm like, man.
You worry about that? I worry about that. So
I do too. So I worry about getting cancer a lot. I worry about
being gay.
I don't worry about that, dog. I fucking embrace it. I'm a fucking power top, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fuck me up. Beat me up. Stick your finger in my mouth.
Yeah, I worry about shit like that happening and like me having like a really shitty, painful death before I feel like I should not be old enough to die.
Yeah. Would you want me to kill you if you were a situation like that?
If it was really bad, yeah.
Like
I don't think I'd want to live.
Like if Bev just couldn't pull the plug on you, and it pretty much was,
As long as we could do a show while we were doing that.
I live stream it while I kill you.
Well, I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself some money.
Do the same for me.
Yeah, just pay for enough. Like, if you make enough money to be like cremate me, that's fine.
But don't just like unplug me. I want you to hit me with a chainsaw in the neck or something.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, dude.
But I want you can go back to this podcast.
Yeah.
And you can say,
it's like the do not resuscitate
my
tattoo.
client wished to have his throat cut with a chainsaw.
Yeah, make sure you cut off a slab of bacon off me, too.
Yeah, I want to taste you.
Fucking God, that's fucking hot, dude. That's kind of hard.
I told you.
I want to fucking taste you.
These happy dads, I told you, your dick will just, wait till you start pissing, dude.
Dude, I'm fucking engorged right now, man.
You need to go to the bathroom?
I need to go play with my milk dud a little.
Oh, okay. Because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different cancers, all of them are different. They require different treatment strategies. One of the surest signs of pseudoscientific scam is when someone claims that they have a magical cure-all that can cure any cancer. And you and I spoke briefly about this. Are they doing everything to protect us from getting cancer? And I don't think that's true. Let me look this up real quick just because I want to be educated when I say this.
Us be educated? Come on, man. We're just fucking spitballing.
So, let's see. Marlboro. Have you? I know how I said it when I was growing up. My dad he smoked them, but I call him Marlboro.
Marlboro, yeah.
But when you try and
there's an L in there, yeah.
Try and say it like it's spelled. Marlboro.
Marlboro.
Yeah.
Marlboro.
When Northridge growing up, buddy, it's Marlboro. Give me a pack. Goddamn, my dad said, "Give me a pack of soft pack Marlboro Reds." He said, "Goddamn, buddy, that'd be $3.25." He's like, he said, "Oh, motherfucker, these things keep on going up." And he had a heart attack, and he just quit smoking them.
I will still say that there is literally nothing cooler looking than someone who looks cool smoking cigarettes.
I know, and I want to be good at it, but I don't want to hurt my lungs.
They're just so fucking bad for it. Not even, I mean, tobacco itself, nicotine's not bad for you. And, not in moderation, but just all the other shit that's in cigarettes, like carcinogens, fucking awful.
Yeah. Marlboro, preposterous.
That's preposterous, sir.
Fucking 80% of the cigarettes at the gas station when you go there
are
a subsidy or owned by Philip Morris International, which Philip Morris International, kind of just saying this back and forth, they own Marlboro, they own all these different tobacco brands. When you look on the pack of Marlboros, you look real close, there's two little horses, and it says PMI.
Philip Morris International.
You've probably seen it before, and just not even really that little. That little thing right there.
Yeah, the crest. It's like a
crest.
Yeah, it's like
it says PM.
Yeah.
They own the most powerful tobacco company in the entire world.
Yeah.
Who has been slicking the pockets of politicians and government officials for many years. But something you may not know. In 2021, cigarette maker Philip Morris International, who we just talked about, purchased majority ownership of Vectura. Vectura
Isn't he a pet detective?
Yeah, he was. Vectura is a leader in respiratory pharmaceuticals.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Wow. Convenient.
The government let this happen.
Man.
Nothing was said about it.
That's fucking hilarious.
Majority ownership of Vectura, who is the world leader in respiratory pharmaceuticals, is owned by Philip Morris International.
Dude, what a fucking brilliant business plan.
The brain of Marlboro brand, the most popular cigarette brand in the entire United States. I don't know where it stands in the world, but
man, that's amazing business.
So now Philip Morris International will profit from
double dipping, dog.
30, 40, 50 years of you smoking Marlboros.
And then after you quit and you're on a fucking ventilator.
Then when you're on a ventilator, when you're on an inhaler, whenever your lungs will not work for you anymore.
Wow.
Because they've given up on you because you've smoked your entire life. The company that made you smoke all these cigarettes will now be the one in charge of treating you. So not only are they making all this money from making you sick all of these years, then, only then do they get to start to make the real fucking money. Because, yeah, they are making a little bit of money off your cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
They're making real money when you take a $20,000 inhaler and take a hit of it. They get to treat you for all the respiratory distress that you're going to be in for the rest of your life. They will now profit from treating the fucking illness its products caused.
Okay, so...
And the government the oversights allowed this to happen. Why? Because big fucking money. Big chunks of green cheddar, man.
Like, I want to say I hate it, but...
A lot of people don't know that, man. Isn't that just crazy?
I
could turn this episode off right now. Probably should. We suck, but
that's definitely fucking dedication to the assignment right there, man. They ain't seen it all the way through.
And they claim that the reason they've done it is because of their wish to further their endeavors in the vape industry. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is, face value. They're making money off of treating the cancers and the respiratory illnesses that they cause. That's like,
I do feel like Big Tobacco has to be fucking eating a big dick over the whole vape thing. Like, I'm sure Big Tobacco's invested some way into it, but I feel like a lot of besides like all the old fucks that still, want to smoke cigarettes.
When you and I were in school, I would say maybe one out of 25 kids smoke cigarettes.
I'd say that's about right, yeah.
I would say the statistic now of vaping, 1 in 3, 1 in 5 kids in high school vape.
But what I'm saying is do you think that or is it proven or shown that, because I feel like the tobacco industry, so the cigarette industry has for sure taken a hit. I feel like there's no debating that. There's no way.
I mean, yeah, a pack of cigarettes is $10 a pack now. I mean, they're still making their money.
They're still making their money, yeah. But like, I feel like that's almost some shit to like unalive some people over, because people are starting like to vape so much more now than. But I mean, the vape companies make the shit so much more enticing. Like, you can drink like fucking.
But here's the thing:
pink nipple fucking sugar blaster. You know what I mean?
The vape companies aren't centralized like tobacco is.
That's true.
Where you can go to the gas station, there's 500 cases of this Philip Morris International. There's
right.
All of their products are up there. You go to the gas station, or a vape store. There's gonna be a lot of different home brews.
4,300 different versions.
A lot of different flavors, but there's no resounding name in the vape industry. There's too many pieces. Too many fish nibbling at that big chunk for it to be on the scale of what Philip Morris International is making, I guess. Which I just formulated those thoughts right now as we thought, and I feel like that's a pretty strong opinion.
I would agree, but I do still feel like that they're probably seeing like they probably saw a huge hit,
man. Yeah,
a huge hit
for sure. But they're not suffering.
Yeah.
They got enough money to buy a pharmaceutical company that's worth billions of dollars
to sell you fucking ventilators and fucking inhalers once you get lung cancer.
Let me see how much this deal was worth. $1.45 billion for Vectura. Yeah, man. I'm reading here a little over. Let me see this. A little over a week after striking an $830 million deal for oral drug delivery company Pharma. Oh my God, dude!
Oh God, oral. Fuck.
They've what does Pharma?
Fartin' Pharma.
Fartin' Pharma.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fart in my mouth, Daddy. Fuck me up. Yeah, it's another pharmaceutical company that Philip Morris International has purchased for around $1 billion. So they not only own the. Fuck, dude.
Dude, they're fucking dipping everywhere. They got their toes in all these different ponds.
Jesus,
I love it.
We've got the cure and the fucking disease.
You got that fucking American dream, boy. You better chase it.
One of there's a lot of doctors that claim that there's holistic approaches that can be taken towards cancer. You know, I know CBD and THC; those are popular.
Yeah,
popular. But there were some suspicious deaths back in 2015 around holistic doctors that had possibly blown the cover off of some things. Okay, so between June 19th and July 23rd, so just over a month stretch in 2015. 8 holistic doctors were found dead.
Damn.
Each death unexpected and mysterious. It all started with the death of Dr. Jeff Bradstreet, a well-known autism researcher. He was killed by a gunshot to the chest.
Damn, right in the tits.
He died shortly after FDA raided his clinic, which raised alarm in many people's heads. That same day in Mexico, on June 19th, 2015, three holistic doctors were traveling to the state capitol in Mexico to deliver some papers. They were reportedly missing that day. This is the only case outside the U.S. Authorities said they found the bodies, but the families say those bodies look nothing like their family members.
Oh, conveniently.
And they're demanding more proof and more testing. What's the motive, you ask? There's a surprising link between being found between many of these holistic doctors they knew and what they knew about GCMAF. Which is a vitamin D binding protein macrophage activating factor that has the potential to cure the incurable diseases: cancer, autism, and Parkinson's, according to the Foundation for Alternative and Integrative Medicine. GCMAF is the most important part of the immune system. Without it, the immune system does not function. GCMAF prevents the cancer cells from receiving nutrients, thus stopping their growth. People have since left glowing testimonials of GCMAF treatment, helping their kids with autism, ovarian, lung, and breast cancers on Dr. Bradstreet's Facebook wall. He was the one that was shot in the chest.
That's like that motherfucking Mario mushroom.
Yeah.
Taking you from downs to ups.
And he's a holistic doctor.
Yeah.
And right before he died, he's making major progress in natural treatment of cancer. What would the FDA want anything to do with someone that's attempting to secure natural holistic treatments of incurable diseases? If we can cure erectile dysfunction or cancer with a fucking tree bark, why wouldn't we do it?
I'll go fucking lick a birch right now, dog.
I'll go fuck a walnut right now, dude. I'll go out there in the backyard. There's a weeping willow that I love to look at, but I will fuck it.
I got a silver maple that has a knot hole right in the right spot, dog. Naughty.
You should take a look at my knot hole when we're done recording this stupid fucking podcast. These are pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not bad, man.
They go down a little better once you get drunk.
Especially once you've had a beer beforehand. Dude, I've had this. I'm sorry, guys. I've had this. We had a knot hole. I had this really fucking dry cough here lately.
Yeah, it's all right.
And it's like one of those things. Like I went to go order some McDonald's for my kids earlier, and I was like, "Yeah, can I?" I'm like, "Sorry, can I have a number 4?" I'm like, guys, like, goddamn,
we don't have Marlboro Reds.
I need one of these hole doctors to come.
One of these fucking knothole doctors.
One of these knothole doctors.
A GoFundMe campaign was created to, quote, find the answers to the many questions leading up to the death of Dr. Bradstreet, including an exhaustive investigation into the possibility of foul play.
Yeah.
The page had 634 donors and 43 comments of support to the family. Many comments say that Dr. Bradstreet helped their children. Quote, his research was a threat to many, representing huge financial losses in the hundreds of billions. Damn. If the direction his research was validating came to be accepted as fact, one of the commentators wrote on the page, if Jeff's strong suspicions are right regarding cause and causes of autism, legal actions against those corporations implicated would be staggering and possibly unprecedented in the history of world finance. Just a few days later, June 21st, Father's Day, we have two dead chiropractors, Dr. Holt and Dr. Hedendale in Florida. Both fathers, both found dead on East Coast on Father's Day. Both were presumably healthy and both were prescribed as very fit. Then, 8 days.
Crack our back, we'll fucking crack your head, dog.
Yeah, you crack your fucking back one more time. Dare ya. June 29th, only a few more days later, the beloved holistic Teresa Severs.
Ooh, that one's better.
MD.
The watermelon one's better than the other one.
Watermelon hits.
Yeah, that's really fucking good. Sorry.
Teresa Severs, MD, was found murdered in her home.
Damn.
She was referred to as Mother Teresa due to the profound amount of progress she had made in holistic treatment for non-curable diseases. But this one, they say it was suspicious. Ultimately, her husband murdered her for life insurance. She had a lot of she had like 20 life insurance policies.
Damn.
And her husband said, hell nah, bitch, we're cashing those in. They were on the brink of divorce. on that very same day, then doctors don't just die every day like this.
That's very true.
But during the stretch, that same day, Jeffrey Whiteside, MD, a pulmonologist, went missing, vanishing when he simply walked away. He just got in a fight with his wife and walked away, and then they found his ass dead. Dr. Whiteside, known for his successful treatment of lung cancer, disappeared in Door County, Wisconsin while vacationing with family. So all these doctors, there is a link, there's a connection. They all had made progress in the holistic treatment, natural treatment of cancer, autism, Parkinson's, ultimately digging deep into the pocket of the companies that make billions and billions of dollars off of not curing these diseases. Because, like I said, we talked about it, they're not curing these diseases. They're not curing cancer. So if you take a fucking cancer pill, they give you chemotherapy, which Lacey, a good friend of the show, God love her, I think she's due to go through chemo again soon.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I don't want to fucking do it. I can't. I don't. It's it's tough. You go through chemo. I just don't know the statistics on this one, how successful chemotherapy is. And I've seen people that are actively going through chemotherapy. They're miserable. They're miserable, but how much miserable would they be if they just let the cancer overtake their bodies? So it begs the question, does the cure make you sicker than the actual illness? I don't know, but man, it's like cancer is just a fucking tough one, man. And it sucks. And it makes us really sad here. Cancer treatment is a massive money-making operation, from donations from the public to charity and also the cost of treatment. Just think for a second, these pharmaceutical companies. Altogether, these companies making trillions of dollars on just cancer treatments, essentially incentivizing an ineffective treatment plan. It makes far more money to treat it several times over and over and over again than it would to actually treat it once and to be done. And I feel like breast cancer awareness. Mm-hmm. Breast cancer is very prevalent.
Yes.
A lot of women go through it. A lot of survivors, man. A lot of women that find out too late and they succumb to it. It's sad. We're losing our moms. We're losing our wives. We're losing wonderful women. But breast cancer, there's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Out of all of the shirts and pins and events, how much of that money do you actually think is going towards finding a cure for breast cancer?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'll tell you what, man, I'm not aware of shit. You and I are the two of the most unaware humans in the entire world.
Yeah, for sure.
But we are aware of breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we need to direct our funds towards pink hats and pink shirts and all these things for? So when you buy a breast cancer awareness shirt, it's $20.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody that prints up shirts, that shirt probably around $10 to be made, maybe a little less. But you buy these shirts, and then you got $10 left over. Somebody else is getting paid.
Yeah.
How much of that money is really going towards? So probably out of the $20 you spend on a shirt, legitimately probably $1.50 or $2 is actually going towards finding a cure.
I'd say it's probably about right. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be just better to take your $20 and go to the American Breast Cancer Research Society and give them your $20 opposed to
very much so
buying a shirt or a bumper sticker or
Yeah, I feel like a lot of donation things are like anything, like any big company that has some sort of an agenda to push, there's always that huge, like,
dude.
even look at, like, fucking Goodwill. Like, 97% of their money does not go back to help anybody. Only, like, that 3% does.
It's a scam, man.
And, yeah, it goes round and round with, like, anything. Like, PETA's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, man.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it sucks.
Now we're going to talk about Dr. Stanislaw Burzynski for just a moment. Dr. Burzynski, some of you may have heard a lot of bad things about this guy. I don't at all after watching the documentary and going through some other things. I don't at all think that this guy's a quack. I think this motherfucker is onto something, and the FDA keeps on locking him up in litigation, tying him up in court, tying his hands behind his back. Dr. Burzynski is a nationally and internationally recognized physician/investigator. He pioneered the use of biologically active peptides for the treatment of cancer. In 1967, at the age of 24, Dr. Burzynski graduated first in his class of 250 students for the Medical Academy in Lublin, Poland. It was at this time that he identified naturally occurring human peptides, which were deficient in cancer patients. He concluded that these peptides played a role in preventing the growth of cancer cells. In 1968, he earned a PhD degree and became one of the youngest physician investigators in Poland to hold both an MD and a PhD degree. Dr. Burzynski developed antineoplastone therapy.
Look at you.
In the 1970s. I heard it 100 times. He believes that these antineoplastones are part of the body's natural defense. It can protect against cancer. People with cancer don't have enough of them. At first, he took these compounds out of urine and blood. It's now possible to make them in a laboratory. Dr. Burzynski's clinic has studied different types of cancer. The FDA in America has not approved antineoplastone therapy as a treatment for cancer or any other disease. There has not been an assessment by a similar organization in the UK. There's not enough scientific evidence on antineoplastone therapy, so researchers can't say it works as an alternative cancer therapy. Now, that is a very wide open statement right there. It just says there's not enough research to say that it doesn't or it does work.
Yeah.
This guy's spent his entire life proving that it does work. And he's achieved results with people with fucking cancer that was killing them, that was literally people given months to live, and he's cured them. How did the federal or the Food and Drug Administration greet him? Well, they tied his hands in court. They completely tied him up in litigation. The guy's been in court his entire life because of the research and the findings that he's found. They won't say that his shit doesn't work. They just say that it can't be proven that it works. Here's a video from a police officer that he was part of a. Hold on a second here. Turn up the volume.
My name is Sergeant Rick Schiff. I'm an 11-year veteran of the San Francisco Police Department.
Look at that mustache.
I hold the department's highest Medal of Honor for bravery. That used to mean a lot more to me than it does now. What I'd like to talk to you about today is my now 7-year-old daughter. This is an identical twin. Her sister is now dead. Her sister, when she was 4 years old, Kristen, developed a highly malignant brain tumor that had spread throughout her spine and her brain. The doctors told us that we had really two options: take her home, let her die, or bring her in for massive dosages of chemo and radiation simultaneously. In either event, she was going to die. They were quite certain of that, and very quickly. Believing her only chance to be the standard route, we gave her the chemo and radiation. It burned her skull so bad she had second-degree burns and her hair never came back.
Damn.
To change her diapers, we had to wear rubber gloves because her urine was so toxic and it burned her. At the end of 6 months, miraculously, she survived the standard treatment, although there was a high expectation she wouldn't. She still had cancer. We were told, sorry, we've done everything we can. Now she's going to die, probably within a couple of months. My wife and I, choosing not to accept that, started reading. The first book I picked up, the third chapter, discussed Dr. Burzynski. As you may guess, I have some expertise in fraud. In fact, I'm quite certain there are enough attorneys in the room that I could be vordiered as an expert in fraud. And I conducted my own investigation. I have no doubt the man is not a fraud. I have no doubt that he does what he does out of earnest belief that his medicine works. And now you're in a position to judge for yourselves whether it works or not. But it's well established by the FDA that it's non-toxic. 18 months later, we took my daughter off the anti-neoplastin. She had not died. She had no signs of tumor. She remained free for 18 months of cancer. Within a month, the cancer was widespread in her brain. We put her back on Burzynski's. By the way, at the objections of our doctors, for some reason felt that it had failed her. We put her back on. Within 9 weeks, the tumor was completely gone.
Wow.
She died last July of neurological necrosis. Her brain fell apart from the radiation. The autopsy showed that she was completely cancer-free. Out of 52 cases of that disease ever, no one died cancer-free, just Chrissy. So she didn't die of a terminal illness. She died of my inability to care for her properly. She died from bad advice. She died because there's a government institution that disseminates false information and is not looking out for the welfare of the people. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I swore an oath 11 years ago, and I think most of us in this room swore it at one time or another to uphold the Constitution. It says life right in the beginning.
God damn.
I made my hair on my neck stand up, man.
Fuck.
That guy was on the, it was a congressional subcommittee hearing. That was in 1996. That's a fucking dad that, just like you and I, man, is trying to do the best that he absolutely can for his children.
It's crazy, man.
You heard it right from the guy's mouth.
Yeah.
Decorated police officer, and then, you know, some that aside, he seemed like a pretty articulate, well-spoken gentleman.
Yeah.
And you could see the pain in his eyes. You could see the conviction. You could hear the conviction that he was speaking with. His daughter was dying. She was dead. She was dead. She was dead in the water. And the therapy from Dr. Burzynski fucking it stopped it in its tracks. It stopped it. But this guy is, in his entire life, tied up in court, FDA, over and over and over again. And that police officer, he's not the only one with success stories or stories of cured cancer from working with Dr. Burzynski. So
there's no way.
There's documentaries all over the internet that are so hard to uncover just because they have all the stuff censored so much. But there's real progress that people like that have made that just are not making it to the mainstream. You don't hear about. So you get cancer, you go to the doctor, you go to the oncologist, they say, you got to get chemotherapy. You just got to get chemo, you got to get radiation. Why wouldn't if you have pancreatic cancer or a brain, you know, whatever aggressive form of cancer you have, why wouldn't you explore something like this?
Mm-hmm.
Before you would explore essentially injecting poison into your body for an extended amount of time.
You would think that would almost be like a last-ditch effort. They'd want to have them explore something a little bit more, you know, be better for your body.
But in that moment, all you are thinking about is fucking keep me alive for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and I can imagine that there could be some bad, and it's crazy to think about this. There could be some bad to finding a cure-all for cancer. Imagine a technology advance enough to fix cellular mutation as complex as cancers. It could also be used to induce beneficial mutations like clinical immortality, or to create an army of super soldiers or human-animal hybrids. That would be the realm and the stratosphere that you would start to move into once you could actually mutate the cells, you could change the DNA. Then we start to talk about immortality, we start to talk about legit overpopulation. You start to think about all the bad things that would go along with people essentially living forever.
That'd be fucking cool, dude.
It would be cool, man, but
for me, not for any of you guys.
We don't need people to live forever. As much as we want to live forever, this society is not built for everyone to live forever.
I feel like it would get boring after a while. Like, you'd almost welcome death at that point.
You would have to. Then we'd have to start to investigate. I guess
how to kill these fuckers.
Clinical castration and kind of all those different things. And maybe it can be a potentially cause a runaway, irreversible genetic catastrophe that can lead to human extinction. You never know. It was believed by, in 2005, 20% of Americans polled thought that the government was hiding a cure for cancer. That number today is thought to be closer to around 40 to 45% of Americans think that the U.S. government is hiding. But, we're kind of in a silo here. We're in America. I don't know why, unless, we are legit thinking about this single world government, why another country wouldn't China, for instance, wouldn't step forward and say, hey, we fucking got the cure. Why can't this? So maybe there is some type of something going on behind the scenes there.
I feel like if there for sure was some sort of let's just call it a miracle breakthrough in that aspect, I feel like that it is something that, they would have fucking bring up to, I don't know, fucking NATO or something, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is what we found out.
Yeah.
The UN and
look at this Dr. Burzynski guy.
They very well could be like, you know what? Fucking shut it down.
Yeah.
Your government will no longer fund these. We will not, push this.
I mean, we had a time in 2015 where they killed 8 holistic doctors in a month, or 9. We just talked about.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it begs the question, like, why, if they weren't onto something, why would they have been killed?
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
5 or 6. I mean, like,
it makes perfect sense.
You know what I mean?
It makes perfect sense why they were killed to me.
Same thing like the motherfuckers that are creating cars that run off of water.
Yeah, you got killed in a Bob Evans.
2 of them. 2 of them did.
Really?
Yeah.
I know about the one. He got killed in a Bob Evans in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 of them. They both got fucking mysteriously died.
Down on the farm. It's wild shit, man.
Yeah.
You know too much.
Yep.
Then we had some more conspiracies thoughts associated with the hidden cancer cures. Marijuana is at the top of that.
Sign me up.
No natural compound has been put forth more often as a cure for cancer than marijuana. Scores of alternative medicine websites insist research has proven THC can kill cancer, but the mainstream media, government, and pharma industry are working together to suppress it and punish dissenters. But medical journeys, skeptical websites, and researchers insist said research hasn't been proven to be effective in humans. Which one is the truth? Well, marijuana has a proven pain relief effect and has also been known to increase the appetite of people with cancer, which eating alone can keep you alive in the end stages of cancer.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know a single stoner that's had cancer.
I'm sure they have.
Me personally.
The thing is we're kind of moving into a different.
All the stoners I know are getting old, and I mean that's.
Yeah, there's new thought associated with the use of marijuana, whereas it used to be taboo.
Sure.
Our friends' parents growing up, they were all smoking dope, but we didn't know it.
Yeah. And
now it's, I don't know, it's more widely accepted.
Oh yeah, my kids know what weed smoke smells like.
Yeah.
Walk into the fucking store and be like, someone smells like weed. Like just screaming, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's everywhere now, man. Which whatever. To each their own. Some people get genuine benefits from marijuana, and I can't fucking say I blame them, dude. It is what it is. It's medicinal now, and is it curing cancer? Research shows THC slows or inhibits growth in cancer cells grown in petri dishes and in mice. Early human trials show no effect in curing or preventing the disease. However, proponents of cannabis treatments point out that draconian restrictions by the U.S. government prevent additional research on marijuana as a cancer cure. And there's also the conspiracy of misdiagnosis. Does the cancer industry purposely misdiagnose healthy people with cancer in order to make huge sums of money from treatments?
Oh.
Fucking.
Oh.
God damn.
That'd be fucked up.
That would be. This conspiracy theory exploded in 2014 when a Journal of American Medical Association piece called Overdiagnosis and Overtreatment in Cancer was published, apparently blowing the lid off a $100 billion scam that killed millions of people. The JAMA study, J-A-M-A.
Love me some good JAMAs.
I love do that fucking JAMA Cola back in the day, or whatever. It was like
pajamas.
Coffee, beer, and Pepsi all together.
That's fucking dope, man.
Offered evidence of doctors diagnosing many growths, benign lesions, and tumors as cancerous, and of cancer screenings being overperformed, leading to non-harmful cancers being treated. However, this isn't a conspiracy, but a normal course correction of a type medical field, a mistake they make all the time. As a result of the study, guidelines on breast and prostate cancer screenings were changed, and doctors were encouraged to hold off on treating benign lesions. Man. One last thing to consider, if overdiagnosis were putting billions in the pockets of Big Pharma, why make the scam public?
Man, not that it's on the same exact scale, but like our buddy Moo was misdiagnosed with celiacs for like 15 years. Imagine all the bread he missed out on.
Yeah, I know. All the Texas Roadhouse rolls.
He just randomly went to a doctor and they're like, you don't have celiacs.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's what
He's like, dude, you know how much gluten I've missed out on these years?
That quack ass dentist I was going to, he said, you need a bridge, an expander, a cap, braces. I said, God damn. They wanted to spend like $28,000 on my mouth. And I went to a different dentist, and he's like, yeah, you got a cavity.
You got a canker sore, buddy.
I said, son of a bitch. That guy tried to fuck me, just like, I told my wisdom tooth story, but that guy that pulled my wisdom teeth, he brought his dog to work that day, and it was fucking his backpack in his office, and I had to watch it.
Dude, dentists are so fucking weird, man. Like, some of them are just like, that's like all they get paid to do is just fucking pull teeth. That's all they want to do.
Yeah, man.
They just want to yank them fuckers out instead of just filling them.
No questions. Just
this guy fucking sucks. He'll just pull. I don't want to see him again.
When I went to get my wisdom teeth pulled, that guy was up on my chest.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yanking. And then he inverted me. He flipped me upside down.
That's fucking
I got blood running out my mouth and my nose and shit. And he climbs up on top and he starts yanking. I can see between his legs into his office. And he's got a golden doodle in there just going to fucking town on his backpack. And I'm like, oh.
Dude.
And the dentist says, you okay? I said, oh. And he keeps on. And I'm like, because I'm fucked up on laughing gas. I'm all numb. He says, man, are you okay? You making some weird noises. I said, your dog humping your backpack.
Dude, I wish I was seeing something cool like that, man.
He took off. Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, I was in mine for 5 hours.
That's about how long I was in mine.
My dude was just like yours. He was standing on the side of my chair.
I'll never do it again.
I had a hooked, remember you said you had a hooked root under your jawbone?
Yeah.
I did too. And that dude could not get that out. He was like, yeah, we should have sent you to a neural surgeon, but I felt like I could have got it. And he fucking got it 5 hours later.
They perforated my sinuses too, which was a fun experience.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does, man. Chemotherapy. So chemotherapy and radiation are meant to kill cancer with cellular poisons, and as such, can have extremely harsh side effects. Chemo can be ineffective or even useless with some cancers, and it's extremely expensive. Here you have perfect fodder for a conspiracy theory. The medical establishment gives chemotherapy to cancer patients, knowing it doesn't work, just to get their money and kill them. Indeed, some websites make very insane claims, such as that chemo kills more than 90% of patients. Chemo is only effective 2 to 3% of the time. Wow. Chemo has never cured anyone, or that it's better to do nothing than getting chemo. In reality, little of this is true. Chemo is a catch-all for a number of treatments. Some have proven to be extremely effective, such as those for blood-based cancers. By way of example, testicular cancer is cured in as many as 95% of men thanks to chemotherapy. You ain't getting that fucking chemo gun anywhere near my dick, dude.
No, miss me with that shit, dog.
Miss me with that shit. Miss me with that gay shit, bro. Then there's the U.S. Special Virus Cancer Program. Leonard Horowitz, a controversial researcher focused on cancer, presented a startling hypothesis in his 1995 publication entitled Emerging Viruses, AIDS and Ebola, Nature, Accident, or Intentional. In this book, Horowitz suggests that during the 1960s, the National Cancer Institutes maintained a secretive program called the Special Virus Cancer Program, aimed at weaponizing cancer and other illnesses. This program allegedly played a role in initiating the AIDS epidemic, characterized by the uncommon skin cancer known as Kaposi's sarcoma, as well as the creation of Ebola and various incurable forms of cancer. Similar to other conspiracy theorists, Horowitz employs tactics of incorporating questionable assertions. This is a really opinionated thing that I got this from, and I don't feel like it's speaking in a two-way avenue here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The objective was to identify cancer-causing viruses in humans and develop a vaccine. However, after approximately 10 years of research, scientists largely abandoned this idea, leading to the termination of the program in the 1980s. The connection between cancer and AIDS emerged from preliminary research that associated AIDS with a type of cancer called KS, which experienced a significant rise among gay men with the disease. It is important to note that Leonard Horowitz lacks virology expertise and has a background as a former dentist. He is known for promoting various unfounded conspiracy theories concerning diseases. So what they're trying to say is just because someone's a dentist doesn't mean they have a brilliant mind. They can't do scientific research, which I'm not buying here. Back when AIDS was first coming along, they referred to AIDS is the gay cancer.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Which is a fucking really derogatory. Oh, man. But that's
so fucking wrong.
That concludes all the notes that I have about them hiding. And there was not going to be a smoking gun in this episode.
Yeah.
I think if there was any smoking gun, it's that police officer that was bearing witness testimony that he met someone, a doctor, that was essentially curing cancer, and what killed his daughter was the blasts of fucking radiation.
Was the stuff that they're actually fucking pushing in Big Pharma.
and then it goes without saying it's completely fucked up that they've got this doctor tied up with litigation and lawsuits, and he's constantly in court.
It sucks to me because it definitely could be, one of those things where it's like different strokes for different folks. What worked on somebody may not work on somebody else.
Sure.
But at the same time, like all that shit, the fact that you don't really get the full grip of what that could have done. Because of all this fucking tie-ups, it's wild.
So the most important thing to take from this episode: 1, the government's allowed the top tobacco manufacturer in the entire fucking world to buy the pharmaceutical company that treats the cancers, that treats the respiratory issues that are caused from, that are direct side effects of the fucking shit that they're selling. Number 2, there is not one cure-all for all cancer.
Yeah.
There's you can't cure the word. It's too much of an umbrella. There's too much under that umbrella, I should say. Mm-hmm. There's no cure-all, but maybe there is, and they're hiding it.
Who knows?
And I think a lot of people over the years, not just in the medical industry, but I think a lot of pioneers, a lot of people that have progressed progressed us as a society have been, I guess, killed, murdered, unalived before their ideas were brought to the forefront. I think this Dr. Berkowitz fellow, so Berkowitz, I think he's lucky to be alive right now.
Yeah.
So maybe he keeps a good, executive protection around him. I don't know. Dr. Burzynski. Berkowitz was the guy that fucking died. He's the Unabomber. He died this.
That's right.
Unabomber killed himself this week. Do you know that?
Yeah. I saw that.
So we had those what's that fucking Wet Wired UK, the shirt company that sent us those serial killer shirts. So they sent these cards with all the serial killer shirts of pictures of the crime scenes.
Yeah.
And Paisley came out of her bedroom the other day and she's carrying the Jeffrey Dahmer one.
Fuck.
There's a picture of a black guy doing a bridge with his head cut off and his wiener hanging out. There's a decapitated head just laying there.
Why was she just carrying it around?
She came out of her bedroom and she handed it to me. She said,
"These are for my friends."
She said, "I was cleaning my bedroom and I found this." I was like,
"My God,
thank you."
Why was it in her bedroom?
I didn't ask.
Oh fuck!
I almost said it's time for you to sit down and learn about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh fuck!
Jeffrey Dahmer, the people Dahmer.
Oh man, that's rough.
This was in my bedroom when I found out when I was cleaning it. God damn!
I don't know where this came from.
You know where it came from. It's funny because when you tell them to clean their room, then they start bringing you little pieces of your boys have probably grown out of this. Maybe not Colton, but
let's see. You
tell them to clean their room, and then they'll come out with a single piece of like ripped up paper, and they'll be like, "I don't know what you want me to do with this." Does Colton do that?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Paisley does that. She'll come out with like a broken jump rope and say, "I can't fit this in my toy box." I'm like, "I'll fucking put it in the trash can for you." And they're just constantly trying to stall so they don't have to clean. It's pretty much stalling.
Oh no, yeah. It's Colton will do that where he just lets Carter. He'll go in there. He'll pick up like 2 things while Carter cleans the whole fucking room. I mean, Carter's the only responsible kid we have. The other 2 don't give a fuck.
But yeah, so that concludes our episode on hiding a cure for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think they're hiding the cure for cancer? No. Do I think they are creating serious roadblocks and impeding the progress of people that have made major progress towards curing different types of cancer? Yes, and I think that's quite apparent with the mysterious deaths of the holistic doctors that were making advances towards curing Parkinson's and cancer and autism. I think it's made apparent by the tribulations that Dr. Stanislaw Burzynski's gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, Rob Dog.
I agree.
They got the fucking gay cancer, AIDS.
Yep.
That's what we got.
Yeah. What's kept Magic Johnson alive for so fucking long?
Besides that guy is easy.
Pockets of money.
Sorry about puking myself.
I
met him. I used to work for the Dayton Dragons on the grounds crew.
Yeah.
And he was part of the owner group that owned the Dayton Dragons.
Yeah.
And he was there one day on like opening day. And he was shaking hands with everybody. And there's this fucking old guy I worked with.
Oh, fuck.
He was so grumpy. Just fucking mad all the time. He was seriously like 75 years old on the grounds crew, rolling out the tarp with us and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Magic Johnson was going down the line, and Tom just fucking turned around and walked away. And I caught up with him later on, and I said, "Tom, man, where'd you go?" He said, "You know that guy's got fucking AIDS, right?" I said, "I think he's just HIV positive. I think he's pretty well medicated. I think he's like the only genetic, the fucking medical marvel that just isn't getting full-blown AIDS."
Yeah.
He said, I can't be shaking hands with a guy like that. I've got too much to lose. He's working for $6 an hour rolling out tarps at the fucking Dragon Stadium.
Like he's just fucking like cutting himself and fucking yeah.
It's like it's pouring rain one night. We're sitting there with the they're still playing, so we're on the edge of the railing, getting ready to waiting for the umpire to say, "All right, come out, roll out the tarp."
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sitting there, kind of whatever, being a grumpy old man.
Yeah. And
we're all getting rained on, and he looks over at all of us. He's like, "You think they can inject Botox into your dick?" Just fucking out of nowhere.
Now, what if they could do it in your balls to get the wrinkles out?
So, I don't know, Tom. We're trying to keep you away from fucking AIDS.
Yeah. You know what? I see where he's getting at.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I've said this before, but I think a completely wrinkle-free sack would be fucking scary.
I think it'd be gorgeous, dude. It looked like a pear.
Yeah, I mean it would,
big,
but
gorgeous pear.
Like I feel like it would have like the shiny look, like the way that the car looks after you get done waxing it.
Fuck, dude.
Do you think it would still be able to be like have its like elastic tendency? I feel like it would lose it.
It'd be like your arm skin.
Which is it's taut.
Yeah, it's taut, depending on
your arm skin doesn't like sag and fucking tighten with the weather. Like your nuts do, or with like how you're feeling.
Dude, in order to inflate I've seen inflated balls before on a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Your balls get the size of a. It's not hot. It stinks. Oh, okay. It stinks real bad. But your balls get the size of like a Thanksgiving turkey.
God damn.
Yeah, they get huge, man. Think about all those wrinkles. It's just like a balloon.
Sure.
How much you could blow that up, plus the elasticity of your skin.
Yeah.
Along with how many wrinkles there are to fill out down there.
That's true.
Your balls get pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Damn.
If you want to send us a picture of your balls, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to see a picture of your balls.
Yeah. Or just DM to me, whichever way you want.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, that's our episode on hiding a cure for cancer. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed us, because we enjoy you.
I definitely do.
Deeply.
Oh, yeah.
Deep love affair. We're going to piss, and then you have time for a Zoom real quick?
I do. I definitely got to piss, though.
Yeah, I know. I told you these things run through you.
Oh, man. It's coming.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Love you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, YouTube. Rob's going to pee.
Yeah, I do.
On
really,
me.
really bad.
Stay around if you want to watch Rob Dog piss on me. Actually, go to...
OnlyFans.com/Nick and Rob.
Yeah, OnlyFans.com/BroHiopodcast. See ya.
Nick and Rob.